Well, hello then, I do hope you're all well. Now, shall we watch the outstanding Ed Miliband absolutely, beautifully take down a Tory MP? Now, this has just happened after he'd rinsed both Sammy Wilson and Tim Loughton. And he was reciting their former Chancellor's words, when it came to about fracking, and other experts as well, about the dangers, about the utter pointlessness of fracking. Then up jumped Conservative MP for Lewes, Maria Caulfield, who asked him to give way, and she thought she would catch Ed Miliband out with a quote he said about fracking in 2013. Well, let's just say it wasn't the zinger she thought it was.
We can give the House a binding vote on this issue. I will in a moment, but let me make some progress. I want to talk about price first of all. I know he's not exactly flavour of the month, but the recently departed Chancellor of the Exchequer said this in February. Even if we lifted the fracking moratorium tomorrow, no amount of shale gas from hundreds of wells dotted across rural England would be enough to lower the European price. Private companies are not going to sell the shale gas they produce to UK consumers below the market price. They are not charities, after all. The Climate Change Committee, Mr Deputy Speaker, says the same. Even the founder of Quadrilla, Chris Cornelius, says even if the UK were to generate significant gas, we are not likely to see lower gas prices, any more than living next to a farm would mean paying less for milk. And the reason, I will in a moment, and the reason is that prices are set in the European market. And the best evidence from the British Geological Survey says that fracking can meet less than 1% of European gas demand. And even that, I will in a moment, and even that in a number of years' time. Hence, it will make no difference to price. No amount of hand-waving from the Secretary of State will change that fact. I give way to the Honourable Lady.
Right on the gentleman giving way. Is it not true that he said at the Labour Party conference on the 24th of September 2013 that of course there could be a role for fracking if it can meet safety concerns?
Well, I'm very glad she's done her research about what I said on the 24th of September 2013, because so have I. This is what This is what I think she should listen. This is what I said. I believe when George Osborne says fracking is a panacea, he is totally misguided. The notion it can solve Britain's energy problems is just nonsense. And I went on to say it needed to meet safety concerns and the needs of local residents. Since then, no, I won't. Since then, Mr. Deputy Speaker, it's been shown it cannot meet safety concerns and it cannot meet the needs of local residents. Second, I want to come to the question of whether it is safe, because second, I want to come to the question of safety, because that has been the long-standing debate, a debate which we led in 2013 about fracking. Now, the Conservative manifesto said we will not support fracking unless the science shows categorically it can be done safely. It is very important to go back to what happened in 2019 and why the government introduced the moratorium. The then Business Secretary, the member for South Northamptonshire, hardly, Mr Deputy Speaker, a tofu-eating woke lefty, said this: "It is clear we cannot rule out future unacceptable impacts on the local community." Now, Mr Deputy Speaker, it's not surprising she concluded that. I wonder if the right honourable gentleman has read the official report from the Time. I have, because I'm a nerd, Mr Deputy Speaker. And they said they could not rule out an event of 4.5 on the Richter scale, having already seen a 2.9 Richter scale event at Preston New Road. I want to tell the House what the impact of such an event would be by reading from the report. Such a scenario would, and I quote, be widely felt. There could be widespread building damage in the study area, with cracked plasterwork affecting approximately 10% of buildings, more serious structural damage of varying degrees affecting 5.4% of buildings, including chimney failure. Some damage will be caused to buildings outside of the study area. Mr Deputy Speaker, that is why the government banned fracking and why they said they would not restart it unless the British Geological Survey said it was safe. In the words of the then Business Secretary, in April of this year, unless the latest scientific evidence demonstrates that shale gas extraction is safe, sustainable, and of minimal disturbance to those living and working nearby, the pause in England will remain in place. No ifs, no buts. And I just want to make the progress on this point. And in their report published last month, the Geological Survey said they could not provide that assurance. Instead, they said hydraulic fracturing can trigger earthquakes large enough to cause structural damage. These events were not predicted in advance of operations. So here is the key point for the whole House. There certainly is not the compelling evidence about safety that the government promised would be the basis of any lifting of the ban. Mr. Deputy Speaker, this is as clear an example of a broken manifesto promise as you're ever likely to see. I give way to the honourable gentleman.
I'm grateful to the right honourable.
I'm sorry, Maria Caulfield. You've got to get up far more earlier than that to get the better of our redhead. I'm sorry. Wasn't he just brilliant? Absolutely outstanding. Wow, just top class. Oh, he was just absolutely got all his ducks in a row. Brilliant. Oh, but anyway. Right, before I go, two things. Firstly, I've got to say I'm quite stunned. Remember the video I did with Ed Miliband goading Jacob Rees-Mogg? Well, it's just absolutely skyrocketed. Over 100,000 views. I'm just shocked how I have to pinch myself. And on a number of occasions I've had to, look again at the video, see the views, because I just think, are my pins deceiving me? I just still stunned. But I'm well made up, actually. I'm so proud. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all your support. I'm just still a bit speechless. But anyway, secondly, and far more importantly, have a fantastic weekend. And if you cannot be good at it. Right, take care, all you fantastic people. And again, thank you, and just take care.